Hey, what's going on, everyone? I'm Carlo with Grayline, and I'm back with some more negotiation and sales training. So for the next few training videos, I'm going to talk to you guys about the different types of personalities that you can run into at the bargaining table and how to negotiate with them. So generally speaking, there are millions of different types of personalities out there that make us all completely different people. But when it comes to negotiating, people's personalities typically fall into three main buckets. And those three main buckets or personalities are the analyst type, the accommodating type, and the assertive type. Today, we're going to focus on the analyst type. So, the analysts. These guys are your numbers guys. They are methodical and diligent. Time isn't as much of an issue for an analyst. It isn't as much of an issue as it is so much as just getting it right. They'll take the time they need to ensure that they have the best solution or the best conclusion for them. So time just isn't as much of an issue for the analyst. So, for example, you could ask an analyst a simple yes or no question, and they might sit there in silence before answering you. And it's not because they're awkward or they don't like you. It's because they really like to think through things before just spouting out an answer. Like I said, they're very diligent and very methodical. So what should you know when talking to an analyst? How do we negotiate with them? One thing to know about analysts is they are big on reciprocity, meaning if they're going to give or concede in an area, we got to be prepared, or you got to be prepared to also give or concede in an area. If you don't, they're going to notice that, and you could very well lose them in that deal. They'll feel like they don't want to negotiate with someone who's not willing to give if they're willing to give in an area or concede. So be prepared to know what different levers you can pull. Levers meaning different things in the deal that you can quote unquote give, but still ensuring that you're getting what you need to out of the deal as well. Because that's what's most important, is making sure that it is also a deal for you as well. Another thing to know about analysts is that until they know all the details, they're very skeptical by nature. So to fight that skepticism, don't talk so much in hypotheticals. Use real numbers, use real data that they can digest. You don't want to use pretty words to paint a pretty picture on why you're the best solution for them. That might work for other personality types, but it doesn't work for the analyst. They want numbers, they want real data. So use real data. Talk about how much exactly they'll walk away with at closing. If you're going to do a seller finance deal, know exactly how much those monthly payments are going to be, down to the cent. When you make your offer to them, if you can walk them back on your offer and show them, how much you're spending for rehab. Hey, I'm spending this much on rehab in the kitchen because of this, this, and this. I'm spending this much on rehab on the bathrooms because of this, this, and this. If you can make them understand that, and they'll understand how you got to your offer, then they'll be much more likely to accept and be okay with what your offer is. So in quick recap, analysts are methodical and diligent. They're big on reciprocity. So if they're going to give or concede in an area, make sure you're ready to give and concede in an area as well. They're skeptical by nature. So make sure you know your process down from A to Z. Make sure you know what numbers that you're talking with in the deal, exactly. It will make them feel much more comfortable in the deal. So basically, with analysts, you want to be as transparent as possible with the numbers and just be ready to know where in what areas of your business that you can give to them. So those are some tips on how to talk to the analysts. Thank you guys for your time. In my next training video, I will talk about how to negotiate with the accommodating type. Thank you guys and take care.